pretty intimidating sitting across from you.
How you guys doing today?
So let's talk about the show. Let's talk about Vikings. What happens this season?
This season, we got a bit more of a budget, actually. So I didn't get paid anymore. But no, this season's a really great season. We did 20 episodes, which is pretty difficult for a show like this to do 20. You know, we're outdoors so much and extreme weather conditions, but some great boat stuff, actually. We flip boats and sink boats, and then a lot of betrayal goes on. I must be the worst leader in the world because nobody wants to follow me as king.
Well, you're pretty ambitious. That's a nice way of putting it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
More of a marauder type.
Yeah, well, I think one thing that fascinated me about the Vikings was the how curious of people they were, you know, and how courageous to go to sail to places where they didn't even know if they were there, but the curiosity sort of got the best of them. And then, of course, we always tried to bring souvenirs home just to remember the trip.
And by souvenirs, you don't mean like, you know, little like oven mitts or anything.
Slaves and treasure and...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not a snow globe.
Yeah, no, there's no trinkets. Oh, they're big trinkets, but yeah, there's no I Love New York t-shirts. Yeah.
How do you prep for playing this role? I mean, how much research did you do into Viking history?
To be honest, you know, I feel like as an actor, all you got to do is make people connect to it. It's not about... We get put in this wonderful situation and time period, and that's sort of all the crew and the makeup and all that do that, and it's an amazing job they do. But as an actor, we're just trying to make people relate to us. We do some pretty bad stuff, and you really have to make sure you give enough reason for the audience to want to follow you, even though you're doing these bad stuff. You know, it's like Tony Soprano is the best example in the world for that, and one of my favorite shows of all time.
Well, I mean, you say you do bad stuff, but in reality, much of what you do is actually mirrored by what's going on today.
Oh, religious-wise, for sure. Yeah, that's stuff that I've never understood. But and I suppose nobody thinks, even like my character, he doesn't think he's ever doing anything bad when he...
Well, I guess that's the only way you can get through doing that kind of thing.
Yeah. I suppose everybody in life makes excuses why they do certain things, you know, but nobody thinks they're doing anything wrong most of the time.
Is there anything about your character that you find particularly difficult to play?
I'm pretty lazy when it comes to physical stuff. So I've been begging the creator for years, can I just sit on a horse and do the old pointing stuff?
So you like it when he's injured, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's at the start of this season, I just lay in bed. That's great.
Yeah, in the first episode, he's like out.
And it's funny when they're younger, there's new characters and the younger people on the show, they just love the action stuff. I did for the first week. And then it's a lot of work. Yeah.
I mean, the show's pretty graphic and pretty bloody. Does that carry over into the vibe on set, or are you guys able to just, you stab each other and then you laugh it off?
Well, actors are always funny. Suddenly they get a little bit of training and they think they think it's real or they can really fight or whatever. I'm not one of those. I sit back and have a coffee and make jokes with the crew. But yeah, some people, did you see me there? I really messed up that dude. Like, dude, he's fine. I just saw him walk off.
So you're really method, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
You're doing this whole interview in character.
Yeah. In character. Yeah, I don't. That works for a lot of people. I don't know how you say in character. You know, I have no idea how people walk around and do that. It's too unenjoyable for me to do that.
I know.
I want to talk to people, say good day, and you know, you spend a lot of time with people sitting out there in the rain and sit in the rain like Ragnar. You know.
So all those grim weather shots are totally real?
Yeah, we never...
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
We stopped one day for, we call it rain cover. They have a backup scene. that we can shoot in the studio. We stopped one time, but no, we always shot through. We had to. We don't have the budget that other shows have got, so. But it adds so much texture and beauty to the show, I think. It looks so much better, but it's...
Than the fake, like, rain
yeah,
that you can see.
It gets really cold. And when it's really cold, I start going through the scenes, and I'm like, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to say that. Say 2 scenes, and then I'll walk off, 2 lines, and then I'll... Yeah, it's just too cold to stay out there all day.
Are you surprised by how well the show has been received?
Because
critics really love it.
Yeah, I'm in it, so I'm very surprised. But
No, but in all seriousness, it's a historical drama that's pretty gory with like multiple very complex storylines about a time in history that a lot of people don't know anything about.
Yeah, well, I think that's all down to they're just a very talented crew, very beautiful country, and great show's creator and writer Michael Hurst. But yeah, it's amazing. The show could not, I always believe it could not have been done anywhere else but Ireland, for what they can do for the money and how they're extremely hardworking, Every day they're pushing up stuff in the rain and lifting stuff in the rain and falling over. And so I give all credit to the crew. And yeah, I'm very proud. We're very lucky to have them.
How did you come to do this?
Just got sent a pilot, and I really liked the pilot, the first episode, and put myself on tape. And then I think they must have watched it at a pub, and they gave me the job.
God, you're such an egomaniac. I can't stand it.
How's my hair?
Your hair's amazing.
Thank you.
No, it really is. It's nothing out of place.
I'd like to, it was always shaved on the show, so I'd like to grow it out exactly the same length and just see how long I can do it without a haircut.
But that must be really easy, right, to have a shaved head, because then there's no maintenance.
It's actually really bad. I shaved it every day in the shower, and I'm not good at it, So my towels were covered in blood every morning and that, and it's actually really annoying,
Do you see anything of yourself in this character? Good God, I hope you don't.
Oh yeah, great bloke. Good drinker. He's a great fella to go out with. He always look after you, and he's got great ears. That's one of my favourite. Yeah, that's all I got.
That's all? He does have a pretty nice wardrobe, so we'll go with that.
Yeah. He needs about 3 people to help him get in it, but taking it off, that's the fun part.
What time in history do you find the most fascinating?
I'm a Wild West boy. I love my horses and that stuff, and I really enjoyed the American frontier times.
Really?
Just people going out west and surviving and sort of stuff, That was for the horse. I wasn't shooting anyone. Yeah.
As I've taught my son, we shoot objects, not people.
Yep.
Yes.
Unless... No, I agree. He's going to be a great young fella.
Oh, yeah. He watches this every night. I think it's appropriate viewing for a 5-year-old.
No, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
How do you want to see your character evolve?
I thought he already had evolved a bit.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't know. He's getting old. I think he just wants to go back to his roots as a farmer, sort of thing.
Really? Do you think?
Yeah, a lot of people. The same as I don't know. A lot of people don't like their think they'll never go home or whatever. But a lot of people, like Aussies, we come over here and work, and then we always end up at home. So I'm hoping he gets a few acres and a horse and a couple of donkeys and goats.
Now you're talking about the American frontier, though. You're
Oh, sorry.
missing historical period.
I said goats. Oh, there are a fair few goats in the Wild West, I guess.
For you, what's the most difficult part of shooting this? Is it the weather?
Yeah, the weather. I age up a lot this year, too. It's pretty hard to sit in a chair getting your makeup for a couple of hours.
Oh, my...
It's not what you grew up thinking you're going to be. gonna have this real manly job where I sit in a chair and get makeup put on.
What's your favorite product? Lip gloss?
Yeah, as long as I'm not the one wearing it when I put it on.
But seriously, I mean, is the physical stuff hard on you?
It is. Yeah, as I said, we work a lot too. The other guys go to the gym and do all that stuff, eat protein bars and crap. But I'm just maybe it's because yeah, I'm just not. I don't enjoy working out or that stuff. And I've already, I don't know. I fought a lot in the first few years, so it's like let somebody else do it, you know.
Oh, you're the king. I mean, you're supposed to be tended to.
I'm meant to be smart, though. I'm meant to stay out of the fights and send in the...
But I thought,
the
like,
young
they
ones.
all fought. And if you're the king, you have to lead the troops to battle.
In the script, it says that I don't fight as much, so I don't fight as much.
Okay.
Should get Michael Hurst up here to do this, the creator.
No, I have to ask you about Warcraft.
Yeah,
Because
Warcraft
that's
was...
out this summer.
Yeah, in June, World of Warcraft. That was a totally different experience. A lot of green screen, a lot of motion capture stuff. And great director, Duncan Jones. It was just a really different experience. And I haven't seen the film yet, but I've
haven't
heard...
seen it?
No, I've heard great things about it. I have seen some of the... I don't know what the word is, rendering of the orcs. It's amazing what they can do on computer now. Like the details of the eyes and the wrinkles. And when you act with them, they're just in pajamas with lots of dots on them. You know, so you have no idea what you're looking at. And then you do a lot of walk and talks on the motion capture, and sometimes there's nobody with you. So literally I'm just walking 30 yards talking to somebody.
And you don't know who it is.
And there's nobody there, yeah. And then we have a lot of smaller creatures and that. There's one scene where I heard the director yell, it was a script he yelled out. And I'm walking along and I'm looking this high and they said, "Look down, you idiot." I'm like, oh, sorry. Yeah. You just forget. It's very hard. I'd rather act in front of somebody.
Is it surreal to go from something like this, where it's such a massive undertaking and such a massive cast, to walking by yourself, hooked up to the green screen things?
Yeah, it's a bit different. Yeah, and you can sort of, at least when you're doing scenes with other people and the scene's not that good, you're like, is that guy's fault? But when you're in it by yourself, it's sort of...
Got no one to blame but yourself.
You got nobody to blame, yeah.
Yeah. And then Maggie's place.
Maggie's Plan.
Maggie's Plan, God.
Yeah.
Told you I needed coffee. I told you backstage I needed it.
That was a good experience. We shot it in New York last year in June. It was very cold. I made the dumb actor's choice of wearing shorts.
Oh.
Thought it was cool and edgy, or bloody idiotic. But yeah, Rebecca Miller wrote that. She's an amazing writer.
Yeah, she's pretty incredible.
And great director. That was really enjoyable.
And I mean, those are three incredibly different roles, like this, Warcraft, Maggie's Plan. How do you choose your roles?
I'm not that picky of an actor. I want to work. I want to make money. You know, but well, it's been a bit hard because of Vikings. You got to try to fit in stuff in between. Like last year, we finished Vikings in December, and then we started back in March. So we got this little
nothing.
period. And I love home. I wanted to go home. So Maggie's Plan was a great script, and that fit in. And did World of Warcraft 2 years ago, and that took up the 5 months that we weren't doing Vikings. You know.
Yeah, and you want to go home in the winter because Australia, that's summer.
I love home too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do love home.
Is there an actor that's been a mentor to you?
Not a mentor, but I have great people. I respect a lot of great actors. I love the Daniel Day-Lewis's and the Joaquin Phoenixes, those type of guys, the darker ones.
And I bet you got to know Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yeah, he's a great fella. Yeah, he's married to
Rebecca Miller.
And he's one of those guys that I thought would be just different, but he was so nice, so pleasant. And it's funny, whenever you meet the really great and really talented actors, they're always the nicest people in the world.
They are, right?
Yeah,
like, Yeah, like he's so genteel and so polite.
Yeah, yeah.
And Meryl Streep is just perfection.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, it's funny how I don't know how that works. So whatever.
I kind of think that
different
like,
people.
well, I kind of think that like you get to where you are because of who you are, you know?
Yeah,
You
I think
treat
I got to get a lot nicer. Maybe I'll get some big roles or something.
Well, you seem pretty nice. I mean, you did throw that drink at me back there, but aside from that.
I lit her on fire first.
And then stab me
So, yeah.
to be in sync with the show, obviously. How long do you see yourself doing this, the show?
Don't know. You have to talk to my agent. And yeah, don't know, until it makes sense. My sons go on to do a lot bigger things than my character Ragnar ever did. You know, they do bigger things than me. Ivan and the Boneless and Björn, Ironside. They accomplish a lot more than their dad did, so I'm sure one day I'm going to bite the bullet and those guys will take over.
They're pretty ruthless at that time. I mean, if you lost your usefulness.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is there a director that you've absolutely dreamed of working with?
Well, like any, I suppose. You sound like any other actor, but I love the Scorseses and the Tarantinos. I'd love to work with Mel Gibson.
Fellow Australian.
Yeah, and Braveheart was such a great film, and he always brings such humor to his stuff. Yeah.
See, you have ambition.
Can you tweet him?
I don't think he's on Twitter. You're not on Twitter, are you?
No.
Why not?
Otherwise, I'd tweet him myself.
I'll tweet him for you. But no, he's not on Twitter, so how can I
Somebody
tweet him?
tweet Mel Gibson and say I want to work with him, please.
Facebook him something? I mean...
Whatever works.
Why aren't you on social media? Is it because of the weird people that will...
Oh, I could say my real feelings, but then it's not for me. My life's not that interesting for, you know.
Well, what do you do for fun?
I always do outdoor stuff. I got a horse about an hour above LA and go out there and rope and all that stuff with the old cowboys. And I love being home. I love working on the farm. That's where I really enjoy.
That's where you grew up on the farm, right?
Land. Yeah.
Yeah, so you have that.
Yeah.
See, so you're totally outdoorsy, and then here you are saying, "Oh, I hate working out. I like being the sick character who is tended to."
I'm an actor. I'm meant to be dramatic.
Oh. That's awesome. Is there? What's kind of? Do you have a 5-year plan?
Yeah, I did.
You do?
Yeah.
Tell me.
I did.
Oh, you did.
I had a 2-year, then I went to a 5-year. And now I think I've been doing it for 16 years or something now. So, yeah, I stopped making plans to see what happens. I really did, though. But I think a lot of people do that. Oh, I'll go to Atlee, see how I go, and yeah. Yeah, well.
Well, when did you realize you wanted to act? Was there a specific moment in your life?
Hasn't hit me yet. No, I really learnt to appreciate how good some people are. And I want to strive to be as good as them and be proud of myself. But I don't know, it's still a job. I'm happy for those people that go to work and love their job. I'm jealous, you know. But I'm not going to do it if I'm not getting paid for it. You know, I don't love it. All these people, I love it. I don't know. I never danced in front of my parents when I was a little kid or sung some song.
You weren't like, "Mommy, I'm poor, give me an agent."
Yeah, exactly. You're not listening. But it's been a great experience, you know. I got no complaints, and the best thing about the job is how many people you meet. It's like in Ireland. We spent 4 years there. We have spent 4 years there, and you meet, like, there's 450 on the crew, all great people. I don't know what other job you can have where you meet that many people, you know. So it's been a great way to just experience life. And you always work somewhere different, you know. You go to LA to get the job, and then, you
leave.
never work in LA.
And when you guys shoot a particularly rough scene, well, actually any scene on the show, because it's not like you guys are having dinner parties over candlelight.
Yeah.
Do you go out for beers after? Like, is there a ritual that you guys have?
It doesn't matter what scene it is, but yeah. No, it's good fun. You always go out with people after work, have a few beers. But, it was really fun in Ireland.
I can imagine.
It's great people. It was a good laugh, yeah.
I can imagine there's probably a lot worse places to work. So.
Yeah, it was the mornings were the hardest.
Well, and now it's time for our audience questions. I'm sure you guys have a few.
Hi, Travis.
Hey,
From playing the role and reading the scripts, what is an interesting fact that you learned about Vikings?
Like I said before, it's probably that curiosity thing. It's amazing how, and how courageous they are to set sail to a place where they don't know if there's a place there. So, I mean, I think that's amazing that somebody has the courage just to look for knowledge and to take those risks.
I mean, can you imagine today, like without Google Maps and the internet, like venturing someplace and not knowing what awaits you?
Yeah, no, exactly.
I don't even like go to a restaurant without reading 20 reviews. So.
It is literally like getting off the coast here and going out in a rowboat.
Yeah.
And just, see what's out there.
Grab a few slaves, come home.
Yeah.
No, but that's the show. That's what they do.
No, exactly, yeah. I can't wait till they get to Australia. Got that high school sweetheart.
Hi, Travis.
Hey, buddy.
I'm a huge fan of Vikings, and I'm eager to watch Warcraft once it comes out. Did you do any particular research when you were playing the role of Ragnar?
No, the script was so detailed. Michael Hurst, the creator, his script was so detailed, so I didn't do... the historians argue with each other what really happened anyway. But no, the scripts have always had such detail and historic value in it, so I just went off the scripts and tried to remember my words.
Hello, Travis. Thank you so much for coming. Since you're the main character, you basically connect with all the other characters, Rollo, Lagatha. Which storyline is your favorite?
It was kind of obvious that the Athelstan one was always my favorite because he's such a different character than anybody else. And then I've enjoyed, they're all so different. There's not one, which I didn't realize till right now, but there's not one character's relationship that's the same as the other. So they're all very enjoyable. I mean, I love the sex scenes with Lagatha. I love the talks with Athelstan. And this year there's a big fight between Rollo and I. So that was fun. It took me about a week to get over. Yeah.
And we have one last question here.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, buddy.
I was
They couldn't get you a chair?
Oh. What are you going to do? So I was wondering if you did any sort of research for Warcraft. Did you have to get a subscription fee? Did you have to pay the subscription fee? Did you watch the South Park episode? Did you do anything?
No, I actually heard how many people get addicted to it. It's like doing crack. Don't try it unless you want to be hooked. But the director and producers knew a lot about it, so they informed us all about what goes on it.
Oh, dear God. One of my friend's husbands actually he's an officer in World of Warcraft. I'm not kidding.
Really?
Yes, they meet once a year in Boston.
Oh, my God.
And they discuss, like, whether to go for gold or weapons. I'm serious.
No, it's so funny.
She threatened divorce unless he resigned his post.
People get divorced and that over.
Yeah.
And they meet online and then they get divorced when their characters are...
No, she said it was crazy. Like, he didn't tell her this before they moved in together.
Oh, really?
And she came home one night and he was in the head. He was in the headset, and she was like, what is this?
That's pretty funny.
Yeah,
but that must be an amazing, it is an amazing game to get people so addicted like that, and so many people played it. And I hope they enjoy the movie. They went to extreme efforts to...
appease them?
Appease them, yeah. And appease the normal audience, too. There's love stories in it and all that sort of stuff. cuddly stuff.
Awesome. And tell us when we can see Vikings
Ours premieres tonight.
on the History Channel.
So tweet that. Yeah, on the History Channel at 10 o'clock tonight. I hope you enjoy it, guys, and thank you for having me.
Thank you so much.